Good morning, Frank Roberts from the Mid-Atlantic United Methodist Foundation, your Associate Director, talking about one of the most impactful things we can do for our churches, e-giving or electronic giving. So for electronic giving, we need to understand why do we want to do it? Who do we target? How do we go about doing it? What are some of the best practices that we can do to implement it in our church? So number one, it is one of the most impactful things that we can do to help generosity in our church. And what church doesn't need more resources to make more disciples? Most all of ours do. We also need good Christian role models to demonstrate some generosity, to provide leadership in this area to help out current and future generation. So electronic giving does what? It's very simple. It's easy. It smooths out the giving. How does it do that? Well, when I'm not physically there to church, it still keeps on giving. So summertime is often a lull in generating generosity for our churches, and electronic giving will smooth that out. So it provides more giving. When people aren't there, it continues to give. So how much more is the real question? Well, before COVID, we had, when we were working with churches, typically 20 to 25% improvement on giving. So a huge impact on generosity for our churches. So why can't people just continue to write checks? What's the big deal? Well, we need to adopt some of these modern generosity options for our churches. And after September 11, 2001, check writing dropped 11% each year. DigitalCheck.com put out an article recently saying that by the year 2024 is when they predict that check writing will essentially be gone. What does that mean? We still won't take checks or cash? No, of course. You will. Every church will continue to take check writing, we assume, or cash donations, but that's up to you. So will your church take stock donations? You should talk to us about that. What about car or houses? People donate those to your church. Do you want to take that? Well, that's included under your church gift acceptance policy that you need to have. If you don't have one, give us a call. What about credit cards and debit cards? It's a good discussion internally for each of your churches. Not a simple solution or a simple thing to discuss. So do we want to make it hard for people to give, or you want to make it easy for people to give? Well, typically we make it easy for them and to continue to give easily, then you tend to get more of the resources. So why make it difficult for people to give? So who do we target? Very simple. Members and attendees are the easiest ones, right? They're there, they're watching online, they're attending physically in church. But what about non-members? Can we target maybe grandparents that are so thrilled that your church is teaching their grandchildren about Jesus? That's a great target audience. What about friends in the community or alumni? And so those are people that you can reach out to very easily. People that love your church, especially your top givers that maybe retire and move to Florida or a retirement home. They can continue to giving with electronic givings. Just continue my e-giving. I love the church. I want to continue to help. So there's some easy things that you can do to target. So how do we provide electronic giving? So the first thing you need is a website. Very important. Second thing you need is a good Christian role models in the church. We need leaders to educate and lead by example. Very impactful for those to do that. So one of the easiest thing to do maybe is set up direct deposit. Go to your bank, your local bank that the church is working with or credit union, and set up direct deposit so that donors can do that very easily. Second thing would be to provide one of these services. Maybe go to Vanco Services, Giving Tools, My Own Giving, or some other ones, and purchase a program that they will work with you, that will work with your website, with your church software, and provide electronic giving. Some other ones that you may use are Givelify, Tithely, maybe even Venmo or PayPal, maybe things that you may want to promote. So how does it work? And what do we need to look for? What are some of the best practices that we can institute? So first off, is it easy to use? We're talking about this easy thing. It's very important to assimilate this easily with your bookkeeping software. Donors need to be able to provide and receive statements on their giving. If they have one of these software programs, they can actually go on the website and look and see how they're doing throughout the year, print out some statements. We recommend quarterly statements coming from the church to educate the donors on what the giving impact is locally in the church and how you're making an impact in the community or internationally, however the giving is working at your church, and gives you a great opportunity to keep those donors updated. So if they're behind, maybe they're pledging or what they want to give, there's some alternative ways like stock giving they can utilize to catch up. So very impactful to communicate at least quarterly. Those are some of the best practices that we recommend at the Mid-Atlantic Foundation. So be aware of some of the costs and fees. A lot of times if you alert the donors about how much the small service fee may be, which is typically 1.5% to 4%, that donors may provide extra funding to cover that when they provide the donations. Can you do a trial run with a few members, maybe your finance team? Very impactful, very helpful. And then you have people in the church that have experienced the e-giving and can communicate that to others. But you do need to have a team within the church to promote electronic giving. Very, very helpful. My own church, we did it 5 times in this 5 Sundays in a row and talked from the pulpit about electronic giving and how easy it was, and that there was a team there that you'd reach out to and provide extra assistance as we signed people up for that. One of the issues became, what happens when the plate is passed? I want to put something on the plate so they can be blessed. And one of the easy solutions is have a laminated reusable card in the pews that you can utilize. Some churches utilize a bulletin tear sheet. You place that in the pew and say, I give electronically. I want to make sure that my giving is blessed. So there may be other issues that will come up throughout. So if you're looking for more information, I recommend the Training Tuesday on June 9th done by Reverend Dale Williams. You have the website link right there. Also, the BWC website has many other resources that I've listed here for you. The United Methodist Church also has a website with a lot of information on it that you can use, and also look at the Mid-Atlantic United Methodist Foundation, our legacy.org website, or contact us directly. So, e-giving, your challenge may be take your church to the next level. Explore one new e-giving idea that your church has not promoted in the past. Think about how you would implement it. Discuss it with your key leaders at your church. Talk to your district superintendent, or talk to us at the Mid-Atlantic United Methodist Foundation. Thank you for your efforts to gain more resources to make more disciples. God bless you.